Dan Band rule.
So good.
So good.
So funny.
It's the Bonfire. Faction Talk, Sirius XM 103. Big Jokerson, Robert Kelly. We have a great guest in with us today, everyone. He's going to be at the Columbus Funny Bone April 11th, Hilarities in Cleveland April 12th, and the Pittsburgh Improv April 13th. Everybody, it is the Hilarious. My old buddy, Jamie Lissow. What's up, buddy?
What's up, guy? I just saw the eclipse on an airplane.
Did you really?
I just saw it. I saw it. Everyone was very, very excited. I could have given a fuck, and it was, but I had to like sort of act like I cared.
Can I say something though?
Yeah.
I know you say you don't care, and I did the same thing, but you kind of care.
I started to care.
You started to care. I know everybody's like, fuck the eclipse, dude. I don't give a fuck. It's the sun in front of the foot. But there's a moment when you look at it, you're like, oh, that's kind of cool.
I did start to care.
You
You're
start
absolutely
to
right.
care, right?
Yeah.
Did you look at it?
I looked at a phone that was pointing outside. That was the safety precaution.
Oh, okay.
Some lady had her phone, and the whole plane was very excited. And Bobby Kelly's right. I didn't care, and then I cared.
Until you care.
Yeah.
And then you were like, I don't fucking care.
Yeah.
Yeah. You go right back to being a man.
I didn't care at all, but Christine was staring out the window like a puppy, so I had to go, it is getting a little darker, I guess.
But she has to care because of the moon, the sun, the wind, and the water.
Oh, you're
I was
absolutely
watching
right.
it. I didn't time my day right, and I wish I would have gone on the roof. But as I'm watching it, she's just going, Christine, you need to get in the shower.
Yeah.
Christine, you have to get in the shower.
He
No,
ruined the
seriously.
eclipse. Yeah.
I was
like-
truthfully, I was like angry at the eclipse because I went to fly from, I was doing the Rochester Comedy Club on Friday and Saturday, and I went to fly out, and the flight got canceled. I had no memory of the eclipse, and I go, I'll just grab another flight to Rochester. There isn't one, and there's not one to Buffalo. That people
'cause it's
like
right in the line. That's
it's
in the path.
and the train was sold out, and so this is like 6 in the morning. I had to go rent a car. So the whole time I was just like, fuck the eclipse until this afternoon
And you saw it.
when it all turned around.
And then
And you
turned
saw
around.
it, and it turned everything around.
Everything. I was looking at it in my driveway. I was like, I'm good. Max and Dawn went to the park. I guess there was a big eclipse party at the park.
Oh, my ex-wife and daughter and her sister and everything went up to Lake George to go watch eclipse.
I wouldn't go up to fucking
4-hour drive
Yeah,
to watch
no.
a
No.
20-second event?
No.
I wouldn't do that.
Spectacular event, guys.
It's I get it. It is. And I totally was fucking whatever. And then I did look at it by myself in the driveway. And I saw my neighbor who's a firefighter across. He was doing the same thing. Just two alpha males.
But
Well,
you couldn't really see much.
you could see it if you look through your phone. I had the glasses. You need the glasses.
Mm-hmm.
When you have the glasses on, it you can see it 100%. And then I put that through my phone over my glasses. Yeah, I'll show you. Want me to show you? I'll show you. I got
You took a video of the eclipse?
Yeah, I told you. I didn't like it, but then I liked it. Don't judge me. Don't fucking judge me.
Well, you were on a plane, Jamie, when it happened?
yeah, I was on a plane
That's
flying
fucking pretty wild.
just now.
Time to see it. Oh, wow, look at that.
It's pretty wild.
Yeah, it is pretty cool.
It's during the day.
You wouldn't drive to Lake George for that?
I wouldn't drive actually to the city to see it. No, I wouldn't. No.
I didn't even go on my roof to see it.
Yeah, no. I wouldn't go anywhere to see it, but I was in the driveway. I looked up. I had a pair of glasses.
I don't like
Also-
how people spend so much time going to it and then they go, don't look at it.
Yeah, I have
And
too
you
many.
go, no, look at it.
I have too many intrusive thoughts in my life to do. I've learned to get my intrusive thoughts away when I'm on a roof and just stop telling. Every time I'm on a roof that's got like low borders, you're like, it's pretty crazy. Dude. I really could just make a split decision to end everything right now. And then same thing with the eclipses. I was like, don't look. I go, I'm going to be tempted just to go, what's really going to happen? And just stare right at it and then sizzle my eyes out.
I did. I have the same intrusive. I was at a Patriots game, 50-yard line, first row, second level, and I had to keep my feet on the glass the whole game because I was like, dude, I could just jump off this right now.
Yeah.
I was like, you know what I mean? That thing. So I just kept on having to, every time they scored something, I didn't want to stand up with everybody.
You're like, man, I could just go. I could be at fucking news tomorrow by just a slight, quick decision to be like, that. I'm over it.
Yeah.
I swear to God, I had these thoughts and I've never heard anyone verbalize it before.
Really?
And I feel so comfortable now that you said, like, I didn't know that everybody had the jump off the thing thoughts.
I learned.
I put a finger in my bum too.
Oh my God, I feel even better.
All right.
I've learned that term very recently. Intrusive thoughts. Right? Am I saying it right?
Yeah.
Intrusive thoughts. Yeah, it's just those. You know, when you're
Crazy.
driving over a bridge and you're like, you just crank the wheel, man. That's it.
Yeah.
Well, it's
Like
Patrice's old joke where he had he was talking about intrusive thoughts. When you hold a baby, he goes, I can't hold babies. People are like, hold my baby. Nah, because I just have that urge. Fucking touchdown.
Yeah,
Just kick it.
Sometimes when I'm on like a tall thing and I think like I could jump off this building and I'll have saved the exact right amount of money for my whole life. You know?
The exact right amount. Are you in town, New York? You're doing Gutfeld?
Yeah, so I just stop in to do. I usually come like the night before.
Oh, very, very
do
cool.
Gutfeld tomorrow.
Yeah, it was made me much more comfortable the only one time I did Gutfeld. Jamie was on too, and he was great.
You were
Old buddy
great,
of
man.
mine.
It
Was fun. I had a good time.
I love the old show. I used to do the old one at that fucking table.
Red Eye.
Red Eye, and the table was wobbly the whole time. You couldn't even have a coffee on it. How's the new show? Is it good?
Yeah, it's like Red Eye with a more sturdy table. That's how people describe it. It's good. It's kind of the same thing. It's kind of like, I don't know. Greg's been a friend of mine for 25, 30
Love
years.
Greg.
He's kind of been doing his own thing forever, and now it's like millions of people are noticing. That's what I see. I feel like it's not that different. Red Eye was a little sillier and maybe a little edgier, but it goes like A block is all the big stories. But by the time we get to E, it's Red Eye again.
But let me ask you a question. Like this show gets more views than the late night shows, right?
Yeah,
That's crazy to me.
that's crazy.
Is that official now across the board? I know over the strike and everything was huge for it because it was the only thing sticking
It was
around.
the only thing with original programming. Yeah, and an article came out 2 days ago where Greg Gutfeld signed a new multi-year contract. And I was reading it. I couldn't believe it. And I'm kind of part of it where they beat every other show, not just old, 25 to 54. Like the money range. Like they crushed everybody for the year.
Well, because he's opening up news with a monologue
Yeah.
that's actually funny and edgy.
No, it's fun. I said it. He was like he's very giving on the show too. I feel like he gives it to you. Like he set you up to win. I said for going in that show pretty nervous. I was like, it was very comfortable by the time we did it.
Now, they give you topics that day, and you got to come up with your angle on it, right?
Or he's just sort of like you just had like you just go out there and talk with it, man. You know what I mean? Like you could.
I think what is impactful with, because I do notice like ticket sales more than even doing like a late show appearance.
Good word.
I think
by
it's
the way.
because which word?
Impactful.
Oh, thank you, thank you very much.
You're an influencer.
And it
You're
was
an influencer too.
I have
aren't you?
a calendar with one word each day, and I've been trying to work it in ever since I got here. So, but yeah, I feel like it's because you get to hang out like a Tonight Show set. You're doing like 4.5 minutes, joke school, but like you get to ad lib. You can interrupt someone,
Right.
Like you could do what you do on this radio show. It's kind of wild.
You be yourself. Yeah.
Yeah, and they kind of get to know who you are, and like I'm like the divorced Alaskan broke guy, and like they sort of like latch onto that, and I don't know, it makes it easier.
Did you say Alaskan?
I live in Alaska.
You live in.
Yeah.
You live in Alaska now?
It makes no sense. Yeah, my kids are there.
How often are you flying into?
I fly into New York like twice a month from
Do
Alaska.
you do shows in front of Eskimos and shit?
I did a show at an ice hotel. Nothing I will say will be impressive the next few minutes. Like I've done shows at all the little towns, all the little islands. I met my now ex-wife doing a show 25 years ago. I went up and did a show in Alaska. It was like
Chilcoots?
It was not Chilcoots. So Chilcoots is Anchorage.
Okay.
Nice big city, some sunlight happening.
Yeah.
I live in Fairbanks where it's 24 hours of darkness pretty much 9 months out of the year.
Did your
Crazy
wife
time.
have like a
Really?
tattoo on her lip and like chip her teeth down to fangs so she can get into seal meat?
And the ratio of guys to girls is like, it's like 8 to 1.
Girls.
And when I got
But girls are it's 8 to 1
8
girls.
to 1, 8 guys for every girl. And I remember when I was doing like I was the headliner and she was kind of talking to me. So many guys were like, this fucking guy.
Yeah.
That I took one of their
Yeah,
women.
because their name is gonna die.
Yeah.
Because some white guy from Buffalo came up.
Yeah.
They're not gonna have enough meat for the winter.
I always did weirdly good in Alaska with the late. It was weird, a weird place that like, it's Anchorage, but I mean, when I did, I hooked up when I went to, what's the Valdez,
Nice
Valdez,
place.
Alaska. It was great.
And did she approach you? Because I find they
Yes.
approach you. Yeah.
Yes.
Of course they do. They want to get the fuck out. It's very similar to Buffalo.
No, I think you're right. I
chicks
think
are like-
you're absolutely right. I think they do want to get the fuck out.
Yeah. And you were an asshole and you stayed.
Yeah.
Let's move here.
Yeah. My ex-wife used to call me exit plan. I don't know if that's
Did you have a house or was it like one of those huts that aren't finished?
Would you believe I actually have? There's no zoning. You know how like in New York, like it's all nice, but I have what I think is like a nice house where my kids live. Like I think you'd be like, oh, it's a nice house. And like 2 doors down, it's a guy living in a bus with no wheels. Like there's no zoning. Like you
Yeah.
can just do whatever you want.
Do you have a snowmobile and shit? Do you have to like get food for the winter? Do you have to like go fish
I live in
for
like
halibut?
I live in more of a metropolitan area, but I do have friends
Yeah.
where they go. You have to park your car and then they pick you up in an ATV. And you
Wow.
go back and whatever. Dude, the other day, I have 3 kids, and my kid had a friend over from one of these towns where you have to like ATV out into the wilderness, right? And he comes over, and I leave the room for a minute. When I come back in, they're playing Grand Theft Auto, and they're like killing people and shooting. And I was like, we got to stop this. This is a kid. I don't know him. You're allowed to play, but I don't feel comfortable like letting him play. So I make him turn it off. A couple weeks later, my son goes to sleep over at his house, and they start sending me pictures of what they're up to. My son's holding a gun, an actual gun, and the squirrels were getting into the thing. So I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna go tomorrow to school, and I'm gonna be like, you can't let my kid have a gun. Like, this is really dangerous.
Well, how are they gonna have lunch?
Yeah,
They don't have a gun.
And I swear to God, I went up, I got all my courage. I'm not very good at confronting people. And I went up to this dad and I go, hey, I got to talk to you. And he goes, I got to talk to you. Grand Theft Auto? And he yelled at me first for letting his kid play that game.
And like, real guns?
Yeah, but he's hunting to survive. Your kid's hunting hookers. It's a different thing.
Yeah, to add up, he would have to have sex in front of your child also. So they sleep with his wife in front of his child. I gave him a real gun and made him watch me and my wife fuck. Has the 24 hours of darkness with you or anybody in your family been like any kind of a difficulty with like a mental readjustment to that? Because that's a fucking like, here's the thing. When I was younger, I feel like I would have loved that. I always thought it was neat. I would love to see or do like a couple weeks where it's dark during the day is kind of cool. And then I feel like it would get like, now as I get older, like I'm enjoying the longer days again now. Like, oh, nice.
Yeah. I feel like it'd be hard to quantify because it would just be a different depression I had to add to the regular depression. But I do notice
Another great word, quantify.
Well, thank you. That was yesterday's word.
Bobby's from Boston, so he loves
Words.
people who say nice words.
I
Yeah,
love
it
big
means a lot
words.
to him.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Yeah, but I think kids don't care at all. Don't give a shit. My kids have no idea. I don't even think they know. Like, it's weird, like, when I see other kids that are they need their, I was going to use the word autonomous, but I was going to, like, dumb it down a little bit for
You're going to
Bobby.
blow Bobby's fucking brain.
I love autonomous. It's a great word.
It's a great word. But the kids, like, they put on their own boots and they put on snow pants 3 times a day at school, so they're very self-sufficient. And I noticed that they're so resilient, and never once has my kid gone, like, this is bullshit, like, it's too dark. But it is very, if I go there for a week, I have to get the fuck out. Like, I start to lose my mind almost. But I also I don't want to be there. My kids are the only people I like there. I kind of an ex-wife. I sort of got tricked into moving, long story. But I don't have, like, the greatest reasons to be there besides my kids.
So you have your own house out there that you go to, or do you go to there? You have to keep
I have
a
a place.
residence up there.
Yeah, and, like, last Tuesday, I get a call. They go, hey, it's the HOA, like, your door's open, and it's 15 below zero. And I'm like, what? So, like, whenever something happens, I guess my ex-wife went and left the door open, and they had to go in with some team. If your pipes freeze, it's like $30,000. Like, there's always, like, these worries because it's in this
Everything
crazy
up
place.
there is real expensive too, though. Gas is nuts. Like, everything is to get it up there is wild, right?
Yeah, hookers are very expensive because of the ratio.
Yeah.
And everything's
Makes sense.
expensive.
And also in those towns, everybody knows the hooker.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
but hookers are 24 hours up there.
When I was in Valdez, I remember like having to get I was stuck late night as well before Uber and everything, and I was like, the person who was supposed to drive me home got drunk, and I was like, well, I gotta get a cab or something, and they were like, Ted's asleep.
Yeah.
Like they knew the guy. I was like, shit.
Dude, I swear to God, the first time Uber just got to Alaska like not that long ago, like maybe 2 years ago, and the first 3 times I called it was the same guy.
Yeah,
It was the same guy the first 3 times, and sometimes I land still and I get no ride for like an hour and a half.
They call him
because-
Billy Uber.
Yeah.
It's Billy Uber.
He's got a dog sled.
Oh, there's no one. Yeah, because your ex-wife won't pick you up. That bitch.
She's not, yeah,
That fucking sucks.
not a great relationship.
You're not friends with her?
We're cordial, but it's a tough. I have to work every day to co-parent and like be cool.
How many kids you got?
I have 3.
3 with her?
Yeah, 3 with her.
Wow.
Yeah.
What'd she leave you for? An Eskimo?
She he might a guy from high school.
Was it really?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
And they're together in Alaska.
They are.
Do you?
Is he indigenous?
He that we haven't gotten to that word yet in my calendar. Does that mean he's from there?
Local.
He is local. Thank you.
One of them.
Oh, that's fucking weird.
It was. You know what though? You ever like? I feel like I'm a different person now than I was back then when I was married. I think she absolutely did the right thing.
Oh,
You know, like going with this.
whether or
dude.
not, but I'm saying
Yeah.
for you, what does that do? Like, so you're flying out here a couple times a week, and you get your kids. Is this hard? Like, and you said there's 8 guys to 1 woman out there.
Yeah.
How do you date?
Yeah, it's very. I never dated one girl in Alaska, and then I sort of met a girl a couple years ago. I never dated anybody. I was just
Does
like,
your celebrity carry over to Alaska
I
pretty
have,
well?
I have kind of been slightly famous in Alaska for like 15 years.
Yeah?
Just because nobody does anything. So
Sure,
like when
sure.
when I did the Tonight Show, they were like super psyched. I was like in the newspaper.
That's
Nice.
only 13 people.
And a lot of them have this in their name.
Did you learn to hunt though? Did you learn to like live up? Did you have to learn all that stuff, or
No, I
or
have.
It's just a regular city.
It's just well, there are people that I always feel like they say like keep up with the Joneses and like you want bigger and better stuff. I remember being like, I could just be friends with that dude. I'll be friends with the Joneses and use his stuff. And so I have friends who hunt and fish, and every year I have like fresh salmon, but I don't go out there. They're just like guys that come over.
They're
You don't do
extra.
They're
They're extra beef.
Yeah, they always
take
have
it.
some extra beef,
That's a good move.
extra fish.
Where did you grow up at?
I grew up in Rochester.
Oh, you grew up. Okay,
It's very similar.
yeah.
It's very similar. It's very similar. But it's
An old
dangerous.
mill
up there.
town.
Like you have to have a gun. Like when you go around up there, you gotta have a gun and shit.
You
right?
gotta be pretty. A lot of people have guns. Most people. I don't have a gun.
You know, I think Alaska is like the fifth or fourth. Has the most gun. Everybody, like 65% of people have guns
A lot
up
of
in
people have
Alaska.
guns.
Yeah, everybody has them.
You don't want one?
I kind of do. I just don't know. I don't know.
I'm afraid of guns very much, but I want to get unafraid.
That's because you live with Christine. You don't want to kill her.
I would kill her. I would at least shot her in the leg to prove a point. And then I got to trust she's not going to tell everyone that for the rest of our lives.
Yeah, I'm not a gun. I've always kind of wanted one, but I had a bad like in my past, like a weird gun accident story that's not worth getting into, but that made me never want to have a gun.
A gun incident story that's not.
Yeah.
What happened?
It's just somebody.
You killed the kid?
You killed
somebody
killed the hooker.
Do you want to? I'll just say I've never said this out loud. I don't think, but like there was like a mix up with some. My grandparents had like some mental stuff going on, and they had a mix up with some drugs. And my grandfather actually like he killed my grandmother and killed himself. And it was one of those like it was just like a weird, like a psychological. He was like a good dude.
When
He
I
was, like, a
pressured
really
you
good
to
guy.
when I pressured you to tell us, I thought you were saying it wasn't worth telling because it's not that big. Like, a kid in the neighborhood got his like pinky toe blown off. So, and we always called him like a hop along after that.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to be that guy.
Yeah.
I didn't realize it was a
was gonna
family
ruin the
murder
show?
suicide.
It was going to ruin everything.
Yeah, you know who your grandfather wasn't a good person too? Your grandmother. Not a fun person.
Yeah. But I just had this fear of like having. I don't know. I just like
Sure,
you know,
that's a legit fear. I think now.
Yeah, I feel like that's a good one.
Yeah, let's move on.
I had to make a case for it. Let's go. Like,
Did you ever make a snow angel?
Yeah. How do you deal with all the snow?
Yeah, I have a bad thing with snow angels. They
It was redirect. Jamie, what's going on?
Can you? I'm just because I looked up Fairbanks here. Are the Northern Lights just like a normal thing where you are?
yeah, pretty normal. You have to drive a little bit outside of town to see like to see him real good. But yeah, I've seen him like to the point where I don't even look over. I'm to the point where if somebody goes, it's a moose with its baby, I go, I don't fucking. Like I've seen so many moose with their babies.
But if you brought a young lady, a beautiful young lady you were seeing, up to the Northern Lights, you kick the seats back, you're getting ready to go for it. Mm-hmm. What genre of music do you put on?
I would say, I have a playlist on my phone that says it's called Fuck Yes.
Okay.
And it's some Billie Eilish.
Okay.
I think I'd go Billie Eilish.
Okay, you went a little modern.
Yeah, you want to hear a girl mumbling in baby talk?
It is a weird place, yeah.
Yeah, I think they got like a loose mic cable or something. They got to connect it.
The lights on top, the grays.
Oh, why'd you have to do this song, Will? I would never hear this song again.
That's what they're whispering to.
It's dark out every day.
My brother and I have an inappropriate relationship.
Grandmother's dead, but he was a good guy.
She sings in my favorite octave, dog whistle.
I don't think I could fuck to this anymore after that, but maybe I can choose a different one.
Billie Eilish, that's a crazy one.
But don't feel bad about that. Bobby would fuck to the most basic, hackneyed Prince songs.
No, come on, Albie Shore. Remember Albie Shore?
Sure.
It's fucking good.
I was having sex the other day with my girlfriend, who I feel like she has a good job, and I think she makes a good amount of money, and we're having sex, and the song was on. I think it might have been Billie Eilish, and right when it was getting good, a fucking ad came on,
Oh God.
and she has whatever, not Bandora.
Yeah.
She got it with ads.
So you came to the general.
humiliating.
I came to a hot dog commercial. It was like I swear to God.
Go to the general and save some time.
It's $10. I go, it's $10 a month. You're a doctor.
You're a doctor. Yeah, I judge now pretty hard if you don't have if you have YouTube with ads. I'll look right at you
Yeah.
in your house.
It's more important than a
We went,
nice
to
car.
we went to Sal Volcano's house on his 11th year of Impractical Jokers, and went to his YouTube the one time and ad reads.
Wow.
He gave me a lot of, I'm logged into the wrong thing, whatever. It's the thing, but sounds like he just picks his poison, and it ain't getting rid of those ads on YouTube.
I was in a writer's room for a show that had been on the air for 4 years, and this guy was one of the writers. And they go, hey, pull up that clip of Hulu with ads.
Come on, man.
He wasn't back the next year.
Yeah, he shouldn't be.
That
And
guy's
it's
bad
solely
with
for
money.
that. Fantastic worker, great writer, but that's it.
Yeah.
Urowski. You can't be that kind of cheap. Bobby, I feel like you're being quiet because you have ads on your Hulu, on your Hulu and
I'm not plugged into
YouTube.
the right account.
Okay, that
no,
happens
I
from
never-
time to time.
I don't have ads. I pay for YouTube.
Okay. If someone doesn't pay for YouTube,
Yeah.
they're either too young to or had no interest in seeing Cobra Kai. I feel like that's when everybody got it. When Cobra Kai came out, it was YouTube Red was the premium, and everybody got it for that. And then you were like, you know what? Why would I ever go back to commercials on YouTube? And now I kept it. That's Bobby. I'm Jay. And to get our full show, sign up for a SiriusXM subscription at SiriusXM.com/bonfire. Support our show. Don't be some jerk off just taking the free stuff. Let them know you want us to be here forever.
Or we won't.
Or we won't.
Subscribe. I watch the Outdoor Boys. You know who they are?
I do not.
Oh, okay.
Outdoor Boys?
You don't want to explain it to us?
Well, they're from Alaska. They're an Alaskan family, and they do all kinds of silly shit. You know, like hunt and stuff. There they are, right there. But he's a Mormon. There's no swearing. But me and Max watch the show because he's with his kids all the time, and we always try to catch an edit where he's about to yell at his kids. Where he's about to go, hey, don't put that fucking down. And Max goes, Dad, do what he really did before they edit it. I go, I said don't fucking do that. Put it down, asshole.
Jesus, what is that?
That's
Alaskan king crab.
Yeah, dude. They go out and that's the new episode right now. That's some Alaskan living right there. They go out and they have to get their food.
Oh, I bet Alaskan king crab's great.
It's amazing.
Oh, it's good. You know how much it costs for that fucking crab?
You know,
$175.
For one crab.
For us up there, $25. Up there.
You know the most frustrating thing about living in Alaska when I first moved there? As comedians,
The
I feel-
smelly vagina.
Yeah, I'll say the 1,000 things I can guess. Being removed from America, being
Having the hair from the asshole connect to the vagina.
all the night thing,
losing
more
money.
hatchet deaths still per capita than any
polar
other
bears.
state.
Polar bears in your garbage. Having to get a tattoo on your face.
Do you know one of the 1,000 things that? It's that when you're, I think it used to be like being a comedian, getting a TV show was like it. Like that was like the holy grail. And I remember like when I was just like, we're all trying to pitch stuff and do whatever. And like everybody I knew like had one. Like my vet was like, oh, I'm on season 3 of fixing dogs. And I'm like,
Every
only
job
guy.
in Alaska is a series.
I'm the only guy without
Every
a TV
job.
show.
Yeah.
That is hilarious. Yeah, because there's so much there going on. Ice road truckers.
Yeah.
Yeah,
right?
there's
That's
a Bush person that like worked at the tanning salon. I'm like, this is bullshit.
They're all trying to get gold.
Yeah, how is my deli lady's IMDb longer than mine?
I still stand. It was Anchorage, Alaska again, but the Great Alaskan Bush Company was still to this day one of the strangest places ever, and for the wrong reason. It's a strip club,
Yeah.
but it's like families having. It's like a strip club / a sizzler.
Yeah.
Like there was full families in there. It didn't, but there was naked women on the stage. It was a bizarre place.
It's a weird. They're very nice though. Alaskan people are almost too nice. Where it's
Oh
weird.
yeah, they do
how
the
nice
thing.
They, are.
They have a fleet of people at Chilkoot Charlie's. Last I was there, prepared to drive home anybody, or when Uber became a thing.
Yeah.
Or not Uber. I guess it was still cab companies. They would pay for anyone's cab to get home for you, and you wouldn't be charged overnight for the parking. Like that's how they were like, come here and get obliterated, and we'll make it so you could drive here and never worry about getting your car home.
I
till
almost
tomorrow.
bought a wolf jacket.
What?
Yeah.
I'm so sad I didn't buy it.
There.
Yeah, I went into a store and it was fur, all furs.
Mm-hmm.
And I got a wolf, all wolf, hoodie, wolf, just all these.
Did it still have the face when it came over your head?
No, I didn't have, yeah, dude. It was
I think you're describing a wolf costume.
It was like that gray one right there.
Oh, dude, you look like you look like Jared Leto.
Oh, I would have fucking.
Oh my God.
I just couldn't. I was big at the time, so I couldn't afford all the extra wolves.
It's too many wolves.
That's a lot of
It was
wolves,
like
dude.
9 wolves.
It was an illegal amount of wolves to kill.
Yeah.
You'd be going over quota.
You went over your limit to make my jacket.
I'm sorry, sir. We can only murder 6 wolves at a
Oh,
time.
I love a fur.
Me too.
I love it.
I have no problems with it either way. And if somebody threw paint on my fur, there'd be hell to pay.
It would actually look cooler.
I would have a Joan Rivers reaction to that. I'll scratch your eyes out.
Look at that. I
Yeah.
should've bought
The
that.
problem with buying fur in Alaska, though, is like when I'm picturing a fur, I'm picturing looking like Ghostface Killer. This is like when you have to go ice fishing.
Yeah. You have to go get.
Yeah. This is functional fur. I'm looking for dope ass fur.
Functional fur.
Yeah, that fur is like, it still has a lot of the animal still on it. Cause
There's a lot of that type of fur.
yeah.
Yeah,
There's so
scrape all
much.
the. It still has meat in the inner sleeve.
There's a little bit of gore on this.
Yeah.
You have to hang in closet for 3 months.
Yeah, that's the one I wanted right there. That's my
Look at
jam.
that. That's fake fur though. That's not real.
It's rabbit, dude.
Is that rabbit?
Yeah.
Oh,
Chinchilla.
That's like 60 rabbits, dude.
So many rabbits.
Yeah,
For me,
yeah.
my size will be a lot of rabbits.
How is rabbit
too
not
many
more expensive?
Blue
A
rabbits.
fleet of rabbits. It'll be like that movie Us. Yeah, I'd wear that.
I'd wear that in a second.
That purple one.
Oh, I love it.
I know.
The purple rabbit.
The Wu-Tang guys to make it for me though.
I feel like in Alaska, someone might just shoot you if you're
For that,
dressed full,
for sure.
full
Do you,
wolf.
do you have to,
Bob,
Wolf hat.
you're gonna dress so much like I got these antler hats, dude, and this wolf jacket. I went to say hi to my neighbors. They shot arrows at me.
do you have to have a whole different outfit? You got to travel with warm shit.
Exactly
That
right.
Sucks.
I actually learned that the hard way. You have to travel with warm shit in your car, and I never did it because I was dad that came in for a week. And one time I was with my kids, and just something happened. My car wouldn't start, and we were at a parking lot of a place, and it was closing. It was like 30 below zero, and I had all my kids. And within a couple minutes, I was like, "This is extremely dangerous, and we're all gonna." It was very scary. So we made it to like a gas station. But yeah, you have to have like all your kids. You can't just go, "I'm running to the store," jump in with shorts. You have to have it back of your car. Boots, gloves, all that stuff.
Damn.
How cold is it? How cold does it get there?
I think 40 below.
Jesus Christ.
That's a regular day for you.
Yeah, a regular day that my ex-wife chose.
you can't
moving to
you can't
Alaska.
pee outside in that weather.
Yeah, you can't pee outside. You ever see the videos where they throw the
Yeah.
tea up in the air and it freezes?
Yeah.
Hot water.
I did that and it happened. It was like 35 below zero or whatever.
It did happen.
Yeah, that's very cold. Like it's not always like that, but we did. I had 10 days in a row, 30 below zero this year. Just
That-
10 in a row.
By the way, that was one of my favorites. See if you can find that, Christine. In Indianapolis. I went there one year and it was like 15, 20 below or something. They were doing that. Like if you boil water and throw it up in the air, that like it evaporates right away. But then people were getting in a lot of trouble because they thought they'd do the prank. Since it evaporates, they think the second it leaves the thing, it's because they're throwing it up in the air, so it's like hanging and evaporating. It's too fast. They would just get a hot pot of water and go outside and splash it on their friend, thinking it was going to evaporate. And it was like it was almost like a Harlem Globetrotter, like Meadowlark Lemon. It was going to turn into confetti, and they would just skull people's face skin off. They go, "Hey, boiling hot water," and they're like, "Oh, dude, I thought the guy on TV said."
Do you, when it's 40 below though, are you just homebound? Everyone's just indoors, or do you have activities?
It's
what do
very.
you do?
It's like Alaska. It preps you for it being freezing cold because you do have to take your kids to school and soccer practice or basketball, whatever. Even though it's so cold, so everyone has like a garage that's 70 degrees
Knows
and a
how,
remote
yeah.
car start and all this stuff. So you do go to your things, but you don't go anywhere that you could go next week.
Dude, I don't like taking Max to fucking lacrosse in 70-degree weather. It's
Yeah,
like, oh,
really. All right,
suck.
everyone, put on your fucking shoe claws. We have to go to practice.
Yeah, but
Why you can't convince your ex-wife to move out of Alaska? Will the great moon spirit not allow it?
I spend pretty much all day, every day, just trying to find the bright side. That's how
You can't because it's dark out all day.
And how old are the kids?
That's how negative I'm about this. But yeah, like my son's 15. He'll be 16 soon, and then 12 and 9.
Do they want to leave? Does your son be like, Dad, I'm out. When I'm out, I'm coming with you?
When I take him on a trip or something,
Yeah.
I took him to Miami once, and he was like, for months, he was like, I'm moving to Miami.
God.
But
That is such a
That's
dick.
a real culture shock in general.
Yeah.
I mean, the regular bars just have girls wearing bikinis as the.
yeah.
Oh my God.
He couldn't believe it. He was like, a basketball arena, a fuckable girl.
Yeah.
He was blown
Light,
away.
the gift of daylight.
Yeah.
A chick with all her teeth.
Yeah, but they unfortunately they have all their
Fucking eggs.
No wailing wolves in the distance.
this pavement goes all the way there. Shit. But I think because all their friends there and stuff, I sense that they do want to stay. And my in-laws, the girl that I married, her dad owned the comedy club, and so like they own all these business. So like life would be easy for them if they stay in Alaska. And part of me is like, I don't know, the world's tough, dude. Like maybe that would be fun to. My son was talking about being like a barber. I go, I don't know, maybe that is what you should do.
Sure.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Like maybe you just have a slow life and be around the people you love. I don't know if you have to.
Oh, I don't know if that's it, but I mean, just simply to Alaska is it's a very solitude life. Well, you said you're in a metropolitan area though, so I guess it probably doesn't feel that way.
It's like 50,000. Like we don't have a Target. We got a super Walmart.
Yeah.
And people went fucking bananas.
Yeah. Nice, that
Like
is big.
they waited outside before it opened. They lined up like it wasn't going to be open
They
Tuesday.
never have summer clothes. It's always just fucking winter clothes.
The biggest racks of jackets.
It's just jackets.
Summer clothes are always on clearance. That's great.
I mean, what's the summertime there is normally it doesn't get like 100 degrees
No,
though, really.
It like very rarely,
Yeah.
but it's 70, 80 and it's bright all night. It's a very short summer, but it's amazing. Like I try to spend as many days as I can
It's
there.
like 3 weeks.
And then it stays where you're at. It stays daylight for multiple days in a row, right?
Yeah, like probably like 2.5 months.
Jesus.
Just daylight.
Yeah, and they do dumb races at midnight, and all the kids stay up really late and stuff.
Races like what?
Yeah, like a 5K, like a midnight sun run. They do all this.
That's
like
kinda neat.
baseball games at midnight and all that stuff.
That's wild.
I get it. I mean, that's probably important to have blackout shades, or else you'll become fucked up. And I'm judging all of that from that one movie with Al Pacino,
Yeah,
Insomnia.
Insomnia.
that's very close to a documentary. You do have to get. You do need a special company comes over and they black out your shades, and your kids won't go to sleep. Like I mean, it's not going to happen.
How's crime up there?
There's a lot of it.
Is there really?
There's a lot of it. I think it was
Small time crime, or like
Are they just stealing food?
a lot of violence.
I don't know. I already brought up murder once on the show and it didn't go well.
No, go ahead, do it. Bring it up.
There's a lot of. It's one of
It
those
was the
dangerous
other
places.
day. My brother killed my sister.
It's a lot of. It's one of the most dangerous places
Stop it.
in the. I think it usually
I
makes
think
the
you're
top
right.
10 list.
Yeah, but
Why?
dangerous how?
I think people kill people, but I think the ratio's off. I don't know how it works, but I think because we don't have that, we only have
It's like
50,000
per
people.
capita.
Yeah, so it's like a high percentage.
If there's 100, that's a lot.
Because it's
Yeah.
like the old west. Like everybody's has a gun and
Yeah.
shit goes wrong and they all get fucked
what
up there to stay warm. And
Yeah,
what's the problem? Is it drugs or gangs?
there's a lot of
Gang-
meth.
Eskimo gangs.
Oh, I bet there's like weird fucking.
There's meth and there's a lot of drugs and there's a lot of tons of homeless people, which I don't need.
How can you be homeless
I
in-
wish I knew where they went.
You can't.
Is it like they go under the water like the fish? I don't know.
Oh my God, they must just be lined up like fucking Jack Nicholson at the end of The Shining, just all sitting there waiting for a bus.
Yeah, their homeless die every year and
Yes.
they replenish them.
What a nice turnover. Hey, we're almost out of homeless season. Storm's coming.
There's some weird law where if you drive by a homeless person that's passed out on the side of the road, you have to stop because it's considered like
And pee-
accessory
you have-
to murder. Or
You have
something.
to pee on them.
You have to warm them up with piss. Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, that would work. Piss would help for a little bit.
yeah.
This would warm your hands up.
For a little bit.
Yeah, just piss icicles off someone's face. You can't get mad at somebody for doing that. It's the intentions are positive.
What are you supposed to do? Okay, there's a homeless person and it's 20 below. So
Jacob,
what
why
are
is
you?
your question sounds combative. All right,
Well, I
tough
mean-
guy. What do you do when
I'm saying I
What are you
don't want
supposed to do, bitch?
What I do
If
is
there's
I
a
look,
homeless person on the subway, I leave the car.
I look around. I make sure there's not a cop. I go along with my day.
keep going? Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't even look at the eclipse. You think he's going to help a homeless person?
He goes, but when you show him a homeless person through the phone, though, He was invested then. He goes, wait a second. Now this guy's on my phone.
So you don't care about the homeless people? You'll drive by them. If nobody's around, you'll just drive by. This guy freezing to death on the side of
I'm
the road.
driving by.
I've never seen one, to be fair. I've never seen like guy passed out.
I used to want to Narcan somebody back to life, but now that I've seen it twice, I gotta say, they're not very appreciative when they come back to life. Both times I saw the cops Narcan a person back to life, that person gets up and they're like, get the fuck off me, man. I'm doing my thing. You just ruined the best high of my life. They're so pissed. It's so weird.
You would think
You think both times they'd be like, I did, I OD, like, oh my God, this is the beginning of my new life, and I can't believe I survived. They're like, dude.
I was just about to find the meaning of life.
Yeah, he's like, I kissed my girlfriend. I said goodbye. I have no one. I was getting ready to kick out nice and peaceful. Is that what dying is? That was great. Yeah, he was not happy at all. I know we have to take a break. I know. That's a good sly way to put it in there. Jamie Lissow is going to be at the Columbus Funny Bone April 11th. Hilarities in Cleveland April 12th. And the Pittsburgh Improv April 13th. The Improv. April 13th. For tickets and all tour dates, visit Jamie Lissow, LISSOW.com, and check him out. Absolutely fucking hilarious. And we go ways back. I was telling Adam, our manager, that whatchamacallit, we used to play basketball in the old Astoria days.
Basketball.
Yeah, Astoria basketball.
Yeah.
So many stories. Fucking Tim Young broke his toe.
Tim Young, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I think we saw Gary Goldman get angry once. A lot of things happened. Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
There were so many comedians that played basketball.
Mm-hmm.
There was a bench.
Yeah.
Remember?
Yeah.
I would say 15 or 16.
People were waiting to play, and we played full court when we were having
Remember
nothing.
Ted Alexandro could play.
Ted Alexandra could play.
Goldman.
Giannis could play a little bit.
Fucking try not to look at that mole on his head.
Yeah, for sure.
Do you remember? There's no way you remember this, but you and I were playing once, and it was like in between two games, and a guy came up. It was you and me and like one, I don't know who else. And this guy came up, and we didn't know him, and he had a Discman, and it was like definitely past the era of the Discman, right? And he had this. I wish I could remember exactly what you said, but he goes like, "Dude, you guys got to get out of here. There's a tornado coming." Right? And then he walks away, and like me and Big J Lage, and you go, I don't believe him because he's got a Discman. like you judged the credibility of his information on the fact that he had that. And we just stayed playing. And there was like a tornado an hour later.
There was a tornado.
Yeah, there really was.
He was so right. It was very dangerous what we did. Jamie, thank you so much for hanging out with us, man.
Thanks for having me.
Big J's going to
be soon.
Big J's going to be at the Funny Bone. Is it this weekend? When is that?
Virginia
this weekend. Virginia Beach, very great club.
Friday and Saturday.
San Diego, Raleigh, San Jose. For tickets and all other info, go to bigjcomedy.com.
Well, get tickets for my May 10th at the Comedy Store.
And I'm going to be in
Angeles.
San Antonio this weekend. Get your tickets at Punch Up.
Let me.
All right, go ahead, do it. Go.
Robert Kelly is going to be at LOL Comedy Club in San Antonio this weekend, April 11th through the 13th. After that, he's got Lafayette, Boston. He's coming home, Sarasota, Florida. For tickets and all tour dates, visit robertkellylive.com.
Much better than I was going to do. It's the Bonfire.